The mission of McNally House is to provide the utmost care for those who are facing end of life in a residential setting.
At McNally House, we're changing lives every day, allowing people to live their lives to the fullest, to the very end.
The story of McNally House started back in 2005 when Dr. Denise Marshall put a call out to the community and said, you know, this is something that's missing in the West Niagara area.
There became an accumulated understanding through our healthcare community and the community itself, and certainly those of us providing palliative care in Niagara West, that we had a pretty good model of care, in fact, you know, exemplary, but we're missing one key piece. We were missing that alternative setting of care where people could be cared for if they really wanted to be here in their home communities, but it just wasn't working out for them to be at home. So I think it was an organic realization over time that we needed a caring residential place for people who would like to be in a home-like setting but couldn't manage in their own home at end of life.
The story of that call to the community has been quite a success story in that that was in late 2005. And by April 2008, we had the funds raised in order to open the doors, and we had the building built.
The one thing that I think makes Niagara West so special is the tremendous generosity of its citizens. And McNally House is truly a beneficiary to this generosity. From the tremendous staff we have here to the phenomenal volunteers, folks who dig deep every year for our community campaign that we launch around Christmas time, and also for other donations that are given to McNally House. That's what makes us successful. That's what allows us to open our doors every day and to allow this place to be such a phenomenal institution.
So when you enter the doors at McNally House, gone are the sterile floors of a hospital or the long corridors. You're going to see a beautiful home-like setting, slippers waiting for you at the front door, and rooms that really feel like home. Although it is a home-like setting, we do provide the highest level of medical care in palliative care.
We are first and foremost a primary care-driven facility. That means that our family doctors, in fact our whole model of care here in Niagara West is driven by primary care, the family doctors. So when you are a resident at McNally House, you're under the care of your family doctor. Continuity of care is maintained, and those of us who are specialists in palliative care support primary care, the family doctor and the patient as a second layer of support. So we are a primary care run facility.
Currently we have about 120 volunteers, and they put in almost 8,400 hours a year.
We had a friend here one time. I went to Pam and talked to her, and I said, would you need anybody to come here and fix this for you? And she says, we'd love to have you. So that was the start of it all. I'm retired. I love doing these little things, so it's great. There we go. There. Let there be a light.
Our volunteers are invaluable, and we're very fortunate that this community has not only financially supported us, but supported us in a way that many other organizations would be wishing for.
I think what other volunteers bring to McNally House is very important because we all have different roles regardless of what our expertise levels are, regardless of what we enjoy to do. For example, I do enjoy the cooking, I do enjoy speaking with family members, I do feel comfortable doing that. And every volunteer is different, and everyone has unique skills and talents that they bring.
You know, the home care is wonderful, but it's not enough because some things need to be done instant, and you don't get that at home.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure it's nice for Jim to be able to come in and just spend time with you.
Yeah, and no worry. Yeah, it's a big deal.
When my husband was here, the love and the care that I got from the staff and volunteers was just unbelievable. And I thought if I can give back even a small percentage of that, it would be worthwhile.
I was told by one of the nurses, you know, you may lose your mobility, but you do not lose your integrity. And and that is truly so.
What really makes McNally House unique is that it was built by the community, is run by the community, and is sustained by the community.
I don't know who originally said it, but the idea that a measure of a caring society is how well it cares for its frail and vulnerable members, people who are dying. So I think of that when I think McNally, and I think of standard of care. This should be the norm, not the exception.
Been telling our story about McNally House, and families tell their stories about their positive memories, and that's one of our greatest goals, is that if a family can leave this experience not only with their loved one dying with peace and dignity, but also to have their family have these wonderful memories of a time here that they can spend. That's, you know, our utmost goal. So in your opinion, what makes McNally House such a special place?
It's like home. That's the key. That's the key to the whole place. It makes people feel comfortable.
It's special. I received the care even in a more special way that I ever dared hope for.
It's homey. And the people are homey. And they're here for all the right reasons. Whoever thought this up was brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, we need more.
We do, don't we?
We need more.
It deserves the full support from community and people here. Without this, I would not be what I am today, not physically, not emotionally, but the way I am, and I'm able to be here and yes, well, what else can I add?
We need the word to get out on how these things operate. You know, the government contributes a certain amount, but then after that, they're on their own. And that's what people have to know.